I loved in my briefing notes overnight from the team, they quoted you to me saying, "Don't panic, ... yet." But as the oldest member of the team, I panicked.
So, no, I think definitely don't panic. And I think, it's good that we've now achieved a degree of stability. Sterling has recovered, something that's not been widely reported in these last few days. The government, as Lettis was just saying, has dug a hole for itself. They need this strategy of growth to pay off. So in the longer term, things may still not be all right. In the shorter term, things have stabilised. Those final salary pension schemes are still secure. They do still have employers pouring money into them. So in that respect, definitely don't panic right now. They're okay. I mean, there are other interesting effects that the last week have had on pension schemes more generally, and particularly personal pensions, private pensions, where you don't get the same guarantees. We've seen some significant falls there that are most likely to affect people very close to retirement, the people who can least afford to suddenly suffer significant market losses. And ironically, they will have suffered those losses precisely because their money was moved into the government debt, the very assets that were supposed to most protect them from volatility. So things have gone a bit wrong there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as I think it was Lettis herself said earlier on about gilt edge, they're supposed to be the gilt thing. I'm going to leave the last minute and a half to state pensioners because I want to touch base with you on that. But one final quick point then to roll all of that together. If you are a private pensioner, whether you're someone like Lettis just beginning to build up a pension pot or someone like me dipping into it towards the end of full retirement or what have you, are there things that we should do right now, or do we just sit back quietly and keep our fingers crossed?
The latter strategy is an acceptable one, Alistair. I would encourage people to be a little bit more involved, to take an interest in where their money is invested, how big their pot is, to think about how and when they're going to want to draw money out. And as you said with Lettis, clearly a long way in the future, so less immediate concern. But find out where your money is invested and understand why your money has been invested in the way that it has, because that gives you more control and that allows you to make decisions for yourself, which generally it is likely to be a good thing for you.
Brilliant. And finally, then, state pensioners, who, of course, and there'll be people at home saying, yeah, they're banging on about rich people with private pension pots and the rest of it. The vast majority have only the state pension, going way back, although that terrain is changing slightly now. When we last spoke, we talked about the triple lock, and the newspapers are full of people like Simon Clarke, the number 2 at the Treasury, saying we've got to look at benefits, we've got to look at welfare spending. In your view and what you're hearing, are state pensioners safe in being protected against high rates of inflation, or should they be worried?
There are 2 political decisions here. One relates to the state pension, where I think there is a risk that because of the corner the government has backed themselves into, they've got to look for spending cuts. And perhaps, having done it once already recently, they may come back again and say, look, I'm really sorry, pensioners, you're getting higher interest rates now, so you're getting more interest on your investments and your savings. We can all afford to take a bit of a cut on the state pension, maybe for a year or 2. So I think that triple lock could come under pressure. And then I think the other area they might look at is the tax reliefs that everybody gets on the money they pay into their private pensions, where, again, very large sums of money involved, and they might come and nibble away at that again.